Good morning, family. Got some Bible this morning. It comes from Genesis chapter 25, verse 29 through 34, and it says, "Once when Jacob was cooking stew, Esau came in from the field, and he was exhausted. And Esau said to Jacob, 'Let me eat some of that red stew, for I am exhausted.' Therefore his name was called Edom. Jacob said, 'Sell me your birthright now.' Esau said, 'I am about to die. Of what use is a birthright to me?' Jacob said, 'Swear to me now.' So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank and rose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright." Esau and Jacob are brothers, they're twins, and he has the firstborn birthright because he was born first. Esau did. So Esau came out first, and it says that Jacob held to his heel and came out after. So Esau was the firstborn. And in those times, your firstborn birthrights would give you double the property when your father passed away, amongst other special needs. So basically you had special privileges based on you being the firstborn. And so what this equates to me is that he took the big thing that he had, the big inheritance that he had received, and traded it in for something small, for a worldly desire, because he was hungry for some stew. My boy traded in something huge for a temporary plate of food. And I think I feel personally that equates to us today, especially. How many times do we sell out? How many times do we sell out on God and take the big thing that he gave us, this great big salvation that he's given us, the love that he's given us, the grace that he's given us, that he's bestowed upon us, all of these great things that he has planned for us? How many times have we sold out for worldly desires, for things of this world? How many times have we turned into Esau? And it says here that he despised his birthright. He never cared about it to begin with. He never truly cared. And so then that leads me to wonder, how many of us never truly cared to begin with? How many of us were just putting on maybe a show for God? I pray that we would be a people today who would stand firm in understanding that it's a privilege that we've received, the things that we've received from God, and that we wouldn't be sellouts, and that we would focus on him and not the world like Esau did. My boy gave up an inheritance for some soup. So many times it feels like we're ready to give up an inheritance for some drugs or some alcohol or some sex or some pornography. Or you get where I'm getting at here. It seems like we would be ready to sell out for something so minimal and so temporary, not understanding that what we truly have has eternal value to it. It has a lifelong value to it. But we're ready to trade it in sometimes because maybe it gets too tough. It says here that he was exhausted. He was hungry and exhausted. He was so exhausted and so hungry that he was ready to give it all up. Sometimes we could be so exhausted and so weary and so tired that we would just be ready to give it all up and throw it all away. I pray that today we would stand firm and be patient and hold on, because God's going to come through for us. He will give us everything that we need. Not everything that we want, but he will give us everything that we need if we would just be patient with him. As I pray today, that we would not be Esau's, that we would truly stand firm in our faith and not take advantage of the inheritance that we have received, and not be sellouts to things of this world. I love you guys. God bless.